This is my EDB 150 Quality Assurance Assessment video. My name is Josh Byrne. My group members were Steph, Aidan and Sam, and our subject area was history. There are 4 steps to running a successful process of marking and quality assurance. The initial phase is the design and implementation of the assessment piece. It is integral that all teachers are aware of the purpose of the task so that everyone is working towards a targeted goal. Before going ahead with the assessment, teachers should meet to confirm how they are able to find evidence of learning in the assessment and what responses would look like for certain grades. Thirdly, the marking and quality assurance process. This is where the individual teachers meet to confirm their results. Teachers will compare samples of students' work to ensure that teachers are providing fair and consistent level of marking and feedback based on evidence that is linked to the criteria and standards. And finally, the review, where the heads of department should discuss with the teachers what they think worked well through the assessment and what can be improved on in the future. For our assessment piece, we were not able to do this. Instead, we focused on the third step of marking and quality assurance. When individually marking, it is important to read through the task sheet to gain an understanding of the task that the students are undertaking. Once doing this, going over and reading through the marking rubric to make sure the understanding of the differences in grades is understood. Then reading through the assessment while having the criteria sheet to look at and justify where you're placing them. Following this, we met up as a group to discuss the overall grades given to each student. When doing this task, we made sure to go through each point and breakdown in the criteria sheet so that no shortcuts were taken. Everyone in the meeting gave justification on why they believe it was a certain mark, and we came to a decision together on the final grades. This is important that all teachers come to a general consensus of the students' grades. This is important because changes can be made that can drastically change a student's result, like I found in this instance when I made a mistake and missed an integral part of the assessment. In this instance, I missed the student not including a biography.
So effective organisation and presentation of informed conclusions.
I said B for all of them except for last.
Yeah, no bibliography is an E.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have it.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah.
Wait.
He didn't have a
He
bibliography.
doesn't have a final bibliography.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys. Yeah.
I didn't even notice that.
I'm
Yeah.
not observant. Yeah.
So
I saw it and I clicked it and I was like, yes, really good referencing. Yep, you don't have a bibliography.
I wasn't a complete dick to this kid.
Yeah.
But they
I agree.
have
Yeah.
in-text referencing.
With no
Yeah,
bibliography.
there's no.
Yeah. So surely that can't be appropriate conventions.
So yeah, are
Yeah,
we happy
true.
with
No bibliography.
B for the first two and then
Yeah.
no
B.
bibliography?
As well as this, it is important to back your mark if you believe you gave the correct grade with the evidence you have found in the assessment, like I have done here by confirming and making the point that the student should stay with their mark at a B. The point you had is B.
The argument would be what does perceptively involve?
Yeah.
But if no one had it in A.
Because this like general values.
Yeah.
So B?
Yeah.
I
I'm
think
happy.
to get to that A, you get rid of he changes when he states that they're like factual websites. I think he pinpoints more in there.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
that's when you would jump to an A.
Yeah.
It doesn't do it enough for me. So yeah, sticking with the B.
Yeah.
And
We're all happy with that.
Happy,
Yeah.
yeah. I think he does.
This is a similar process to one that my professional experience school completes. The structure that I originally suggested is one that the school follows, as can be seen here. Before the term starts, teachers meet to discuss the upcoming semester and the lesson progression to go forward towards the final assessment pieces. Following this, before the assessment is completed, the teachers meet up again to have a touch-up meeting to confirm what they are looking for in the assessment piece. Then, they begin the marking process and have a QA meeting following that. This is where it differs slightly to what we have completed, as not everyone in the group will be marking the same assessment pieces and giving feedback on each one. Instead, each teacher will bring samples from their own class, usually from each grade point, and will give reasoning and evidence why the grade was awarded. The teachers will then go through and confirm if this was a correct result given to the student. Following this, the head of departments will meet with the teachers to change anything from the unit that has not worked well, and emphasize more on what has went well. During this whole process, the teachers are constantly in conversation with each other and throughout the term to make sure everyone is on the same page. The quality assurance process is an integral part of marking and education. This is because it allows for the grading of students to be fair, reasonable, and defensible. This subject course, as well as my professional experience, has greatly improved me for my future area in marking. While on professional experience, I had the chance to mark students' work and give feedback to the students and class on what they could improve on. By gaining this experience, as well as what has been taught in the course, it has been able to help me focus on the importance of quality assurance. It has allowed me to progress and continue to work towards having consistent and comparable judgments with links from the students' work to the criteria. To help myself in the future, I will make sure to be constantly working with my education and course team. I will have regular meetings with my colleagues to discuss the subject and the progression of the students, as well as the assessment to make sure there is a clear understanding between all teachers of the tasks and the links between criteria, standards, and evidence. These meetings and small catch-ups between all the teachers will save a great deal of time throughout the quality assurance process, as all the teachers would already be on the same page of what is expected, particularly if they work together to create the assessment piece. As well as this, breaking up the criteria sheet into sections that are easily picked out in the assignment would greatly help for making marking easier. For example, in this assessment, our criteria sheet is split up into 5 sections, all relating to different sections. For school use, an example would be referencing, and how there is a separate section in the criteria to mark. This process would help making marking a lot faster and an easier process when I become a future educator. Thank you for listening. This has been my Quality Assurance Assessment by Josh Byrne. Thank you.